Hi, I'm Patty Kim. Today we're off to Egypt, sometimes called the world's original tourist destination. People from all over the world come to this North African country to walk in the land of the pharaohs. And while most come to see the pyramids, there's a lot more here to be discovered. Filled with ancient temples and artwork, outside the bustling cities, Egypt remains an amazing journey back in time. Largely desert, Egypt is defined by water. The Nile River runs the length of the country, and along its shores, Egypt's ancient inhabitants built their cities and temples to the gods. The river flows north, coming up from East Africa at the border with Sudan, past the spectacular ruins of Abu Simbel and the huge man-made Lake Nasser, up through Luxor, the country's ancient capital, and eventually through Cairo, before splitting into a maze of tributaries and emptying into the Mediterranean Sea. It's along this river where most travelers arrive too, in the bustling modern capital. Cairo is a sprawling city of 18 million and a sight unto itself. Its streets teem with markets, mosques, and museums. At the Egyptian Museum, over 120,000 artifacts are on display from throughout Egypt's storied history, including the famous golden death mask of the pharaoh Tutankhamun. The citadel of Saladin, an ancient fortress, stands guard over Cairo's many mosques and palaces, all available to explore. To see the city from the water, you can rent an Egyptian sailboat called a felucca for a leisurely glide down the Nile. Cairo also makes an excellent base for day trips, too, to the historic sites just outside city limits. Best known, of course, are the pyramids at Giza. Visitors arriving at the site will find plenty of company. As many as 5,000 tourists see the pyramids every day. At Saqqara and Dashur, you can see the earliest known pyramids. Both sites are still near the capital, but further from the crowds. Going even further afield, a 3-hour train ride brings you to Alexandria, Egypt's second largest city. Once home to perhaps the greatest library of the ancient world, Alexandria today has reconnected with its lost past. The Biblioteca Alexandrina is a modern-day research center and architectural marvel. The city's sandy beaches and vacation resorts make it an excellent place to relax and unwind after the hustle and bustle of Cairo. After the pyramids, Egypt's greatest monuments are in the south. The town of Luxor lies next to the ruins of the ancient Egyptian capital of Thebes. On the east bank of the Nile are two vast temple complexes, Luxor and Karnak. They could be called the greatest open-air museums in the world. Here, the pharaohs of the Middle Kingdom held ceremonies and celebrations. From the west bank of the Nile, you can travel to the Valley of the Kings, where the pharaohs of the 18th, 19th, and 20th dynasties were laid to rest. Its most famous tomb belonged to the boy king, Tutankhamun. The hieroglyphics and reliefs in the tombs chart the pharaoh's accomplishments in life and the hopes in the afterlife. Last on the tour of must-see attractions are the temples of Abu Simbel. Though located at Egypt's southern border, the town is easily accessible by boat along Lake Nasser, by bus, or by air. 65-foot-tall statues of Ramses II guard the entrance. Built as a testimony to his empire's wealth and power, the site continues to impress visitors today of the grandeur of ancient Egypt. The best time to visit Egypt is in the cool weather in springtime, between March and May. Light long-sleeve clothing is a must to protect you from the sun and comply with local sensibilities. English is widely spoken, but learning a bit of Arabic goes a long way to making your trip one in a lifetime.